G'day again, welcome back to Dad vs Son, Fighting Formation Scenario 4. And I got everything right last time. Not. Okay. And I have no excuse this time. I've got no idea where I got the idea that I was doing things right, but two wonderful people have pointed out to me, quite correctly, that I've been screwing up. Okay, elevations. When you're firing into or out of elevations, I was either going down a die roll or going up a die roll. I've got no idea where I got that from. I'm a twit. If you're firing up to an elevation, it's simply your firepower is reduced by 2. If you're firing down from an elevation, your firepower is increased by 2. So again, I don't know where I got it from with the dice and stuff like that. Like I said to one of the people that pointed it out to me, I do read the rules, and I think I've just gone off on a stupid tangent because everything else is a dice effect, and I just, yeah, no excuses. I apologise. I'm a twit. Everything else seems to go okay though, so that's a plus. So getting into it again, we're about to go on with a bit more. So we have the initiative track is on 4 for the Soviets. Now they've got this guy over here who is an unconfirmed kill with lots of nasty people around him, and they've got this guy here, a full platoon, who is broken with nasty things about to head up his way. And we've got this shaken rifle down here in the woods. So the Soviets could do a rally to try and fix that up. And that would leave they'd have to use the 6. And that would then put it on the 2 for the Germans, which we've only got 2 8s and a 10 left after that, which is going to be quite good for the Ruskies to start with. It's going to be a bit of toing and froing. I think because we were able to rally all of the Germans except for this one shaken guy, which is, one of the easiest to do. I think we need to consolidate what we have at the moment. So what I'm worried about is especially something like these guys coming into here and assaulting into, advancing into there and then doing stuff. But it's a little bit mucky. So I am going to take the 6 and we're going to do a rally. So that puts it on the 2. We're going to start down here with Mr. Shaken. So let's just bring the dice tray over. Normal, die 10s, but he's in cover, so die 12s. We only need a 6. And we just get a 6 exactly, and Mr. Shaken is back. Okay, Mr. Broken is the next, and again he's in cover, so we're going to use die 12s. Now he needs a 12, and we get a 15, so he is fixed. Now the dangerous one is Mr. unconfirmed kill. He needs a 14. So if he doesn't get a 14 or better, then that squad is dead. And we only get a 5, and that squad is dead. So we get rid of him. That's a rifle single. Now, I don't believe we get anything for that. The Germans only get it for VPs for the victory point hexes. So that's not going to do anything. And that is the end of the Russian Soviet turn. And we're back over to the Germans. Okay, we've got 2 8s and a 10, which gives us battalion support or division support, which is wonderful. Bum, bum, bum. I think what we might do... See, advance is the only way to get into here or get into down here for infantry, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Whereas assault is for the tankies to get into something. So if we did a advance, that's melee for infantry, the Ruskies are going to get first shot at us anyway, if they want it. Now, we could advance into here, we could advance into here, we could advance the tankies up a bit further and stuff like that as well. So we're going to take an 8. We're going to do an advance. We're going to activate these 2 guys here. They're under the 0 for this mission command. We'll also do the Stugs. They can advance as well. Just means that they can't get shot at. These guys are all good as well. We're going to advance this Pioneer here. We're going to advance this Pioneer Shaken here. They're all 0s. This bloke is just sitting out by himself, but that's going to cost us more. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. So we'll pay 2 to advance him. So that goes 2 on the German side. We took an 8 is 6. We're now up to 8 on the Russian side. And that is it. So no matter what they do next time, it's going to be the Germans who get the last go. And I think we'll call it quits there. So what we're going to do is we'll just start down here with the easy stuff. This guy is going to... No, he can't. Let me get this right. This guy is going to come into here and pivot. Nobody can shoot it in effectively. This guy will come into here like that. This guy will go up 1 like that as well. These 2 will come into here, moving together. Nobody can do anything. So they're in there with Mr. Rusky Soviet man now. And then we come up here. This Pioneer squad goes in with this rifle squad. And this guy comes up and it is done as well. And this guy will move up to here and flip. And that's it for the Germans. So now we've got the Ruskies, the Soviets. They've got an 8 and they've got a 10. They're on 8. Now, they could do a battalion support. They could do a division support. They want to get the most out of this. So the best for them is to take the 8, which is fine, and they're going to do a fire action. And what they're going to do is they're going to do that for melee. So this Rusky here will activate. There's nobody around, so we've gone 8. We go to 2 on the German side now. This guy down here will do the same. Now you can only attack one of these. Sorry, you can't see. You can only attack one of these, but that's better than nothing. And that's going to cost 2, takes it to 4. Now, I'm going to activate the Dushka here. That costs 0. And I'm going to activate the Maxim here. That costs 0. And I may as well do the Dushka here as well. Again, costing 0. There's not much sense in firing with this guy. Everything's too far away. He's only got a range of 2. So that's what we've got. So let's start down below here. So we've got the rifle here, which will be attacking the Pioneer here. Now let me grab the melee table. And what we have is a Soviet table. So we have a Soviet rifle attacking a Pioneer, which is a 12. But going through here, so we've got the opponent, we've got the nation's table. Now we start with die 10s, but the firing unit down here is a platoon, so we go up to die 12s. Target is inside a fortification. Well, it's in the entrenchment, isn't it? Well, now that's an interesting one. I'm going to have to check that. Wait and tick. Okay, well, I believe because it's melee that both of them, of course, are in the entrenchment. So it is going to be +1 die for platoon shooting, but it's going to be -1 for the target inside a fortification. So we're going to look at die 10s. And again, we are a rifle against a Pioneer, so they need a 12 to hit. And if we have a hindrance of 1. And we only get a 7, so not hit. So the Pioneer unit can fire back. Again, hindrance of 1, but his rate of fire is 5. Not that it's really going to matter too much. Now, he is die 10s, but the firing unit is a Pioneer, so we go to die 12s. But again, the target is in a fortification and back to die 10s. So we now have... Come over here, we have a Pioneer against a rifle is only a 9 to hit. And we get a 13 and the rifle is hit. And they are broken. So that was damn fine by the Pioneers. We spooked the rifle platoon, and it just didn't like it at all. Righto, next one, we'll come up and do the other melee. So we have a rifle squad against a pioneer squad. So again, we come down, we've got a rifle against a pioneer, so it is a 12. They're not a platoon, they're not a pioneer engineer, there's nothing column, but they are in a fortification. So we're down to die 8s now. So we need a 12 on die 8s. And they only get a 4. Jesus Christ. Okay. So we can return fire again. Coming back over, we have a pioneer against a rifle is a 9. We're not a platoon, but we are a pioneer, but the target is in a fortification. So we stay on die 10s looking for a 9. And we get a 13 and we hit him. And he is suppressed. Right-o. Okay, the next fire we're going to do is we're going to fire the Maxim at the Pioneer over there. So that is a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are using die 8s because we're at long range, and we are at 13, so we're firing for 15 with die 8s with the +2. And we get 5, so that's a whole 20. And the Pioneer is a 12 out in the open, so he needs at least an 8 using die 10s. And we get a 17, so he's fine. Now, does anybody want to fire back at him? And these Stugs are no good. We could fire from the MG34 here. That would be die 8s at 12, which is better than die 8s at 8 for this Stug. So we're going to fire with the MG34, die 8s for the range. So he's firing for 12 plus, let's bring it back so you can see the die roll. Okay, so we have 12 and 14 is 26. And the Maxim is there for 11, and 5 for the pillbox is 16. So he needs a 10 and gets a 13, and he's fine. And that didn't cost us anything to fire with the 34 because we are under the mission command token. Righto, next we've got the Dushka here. He's going to fire over here against these MG34 squads, 2 squads. We've lost one. So he's at 12. +2 is 14, using die 8s because of the range. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's long range. So we have 14. +9 is 23. Now the first guy is there for 12. So he needs an 11 with die 10s. And fails and is hit. Ugh. And he is suppressed. And the other guy, again, needs a 11 and gets it, and he's fine. So we will have this MG34 fire up again to here. So again, it's 14s. So down 2 is 12s, and it's at long range. So 12 plus die 8s. 12 and 10 is 22. And this guy again is here for 16. So he only needs a 6 and gets an 11 and is fine. Right. Then we have this one here who is going to fire again at, at the MG34s over here. So again, it's at long range, so we're going to use die 8s, and he's firing for 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 9 is 23. We'll do the suppressed guy first. He's there for 12, so he needs an 11 and gets a 9, so he is gone. Pioneer 1s in there. That's another victory point for the Ruskies. And then this guy again, same thing, needs an 11 and gets hit. And he is pinned, which is a pain in the bot. Okay. And again, we'll fire back with the MG34s. So we've got die 8s at 12 because of the -2. So 12 plus 14 is 26. And again, this guy's in here in a pillbox for 16. So he needs a 10 off die 10s. And gets a 16, and he is fine as well. And that is the end of the Rusky Soviet activation, and we have one left, which is the 10. So we're going to take the 10, and we are going to do sniper. So 10 goes to 6 on the Rusky side. We flip the sniper marker over, and then we can do a rally, fire, move, or asset order. Rally, fire, move, or asset. And we are going to do a fire order. So we're going to fire with these two fellas in here. No, that's wrong. Or is it right? Yep, we're going to activate those two. That's 0. We're going to activate these two Stugs platoons because these are in their frontal arc. And of course that costs 0. We'll activate this Stug, who costs 0, as well for a fire order. We'll activate the MG34 here for a fire order. We will activate our Pioneer in melee. And that will do. That will do. Okay, we'll start up here. So we've got our Pioneer against a rifle. Back to our melee chart. Pioneer against a rifle is a 9. We're not platoons or anything else. Sorry, but we are a Pioneer, so we go up 1, but they're in a target fortification, so we're using die 10s, and we need a 9. And we get a 17, and this guy is destroyed. Like that. Okay, rifle goes there. Now, return fire, because there's no Rusky in there anymore. We're going to return fire with the Dushka here. So it's at a 14 because of the +2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in range, so we're using die 10s at a 14. We've got a 1, so nothing happens because of the hindrance. And this guy is spent. Right. Oh, next up we're going to fire with this MG34. And we're going to fire at we'll fire at the Maxim. So we're going to be firing for 14 minus 2 is 12 using die 8s. 12 plus 5 is 17. He's in there for 17, so nothing matters. But he's going to shoot back for 13, 14, 15 using die 8s. 15, 27. Not good. Okay, and we are in there for 11, and 4 is 15, so we need a 12 on die 10s. Dun, dun, dun. A 12. And we only get a 9, and we are hit. So let's just flip him over and go. Pinned. Right. Next, the top Pioneer is going to shoot at this rifle platoon. So again, we're looking at 9s. We're +1, -1, so we'll stay on die 10s. We need a 9. And we get a 14, and he is hit. So this bloke is now broken down. The first squad is kaput. So we have one broken squad in there. And we have one normal squad in there. So the normal squad can return fire. So again, rifle against Pioneer is a 12. And they're using die 8s because we're in a fortification. Oh, and they get a 14 and we're hit. And we are pinned. Then this Pioneer can shoot now He's using die 10s, looking for a 9. And he is... That was 8 and 6, so he's fine. He can't fire back, so we're going to shoot at the undamaged one, looking for a 9. And we get 18, and he is hit. And he is broken as well. Now, this guy could fire back. No, he can't because this bloke's in there. So that nobody can fire back at him, so he is done. Like that. Okay, which now leaves us with the Stugs. So I'm going to shoot with this Stug first. So he's firing for 15. Minus 2 is 13. At this Dushka here. He's got a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're using die 10s, rolling for 13 plus 13 is 26. And he's again in there for 12 is 17. So he needs a 9. And gets it. Effectively can't hit them. We've got a 22 armor. He's only firing for 2. He'd be firing for 4. Plus 2 die 10s is 24 maximum. And we're sitting there for 22. So, you know, even if we rolled snake eyes in defense, we'd be good. So he's done. Okay, second bloke's firing again for 13 on die 10s. 13 and 10 is only 23. And again, this guy's in here for 17. So he needs a 6 and gets a 15, so he's fine. I didn't think there'd be much. Which leaves us with the single Stuggy here, the squad, the single vehicle. He's firing for 10. We'll just fire at the rifle. He's in range. So firing for 10 plus 13's 23. And he's there for 14, so he needs a 9 or better. And gets a 13, and he's fine. And again, nobody can effectively shoot back. And that is the end of that. So we can remove the spent marker there. And we are on 8 VPs now for the Ruskies, which is 1 whole VP hex, which is good. So, end of turn, first thing we do is event. And the event this time is event medic. Oh, that might help them. Let me look at that up. Medic. The player with the fate card may give up possession of it to his opponent to remove a hit marker from one of his units. Ooh. Okay, so the Germans can give up a hit, a pinned, and a shaken. None of them are really too much of a worry, so no, I'm not worried about it. Advance the turn marker. We go up to turn 7 on the track now. There's no sudden death. There's no smoke. Okay, sniper. This is what I was looking forward to because it's the Germans now. Okay, so we have 1, 2 Rusky command tokens. So Let me. I want to make sure I get this right. Sniper, page 23. Okay, when this order is given, the active player flips the sniper marker. Yeah, done that. That's not what I'm talking about. No, it's going to have to be in tether book then. What am I doing? Let me just pause it. Rightio. Counts the number of active enemy command markers. Yep, we've got 2. Selects one of them. Let's select this one. No, we'll select this one, this marker here. And rolls a die 10. If the number is greater, then nothing happens. If it's less or equal, yeah, okay, righto. I just wanted to make sure. So I need to roll a 2, a 1 or a 2. 10, no, nothing happens. I was trying to cut. I doubt that the Ruskies would have given up a command token, but it would have brought their command radius down to 1, which was important. So no, did nothing. Never mind. Okay, player with active done. Move markers in pending to available. Nobody has any pending. Move tactical markers to pending. So we've got 1 tactical there goes to pending. And that's it. And then all these get turned over to tactical for us and for Mr. Ruskies. No reinforcements. Reseed the order matrix. Okay. Oh, I'll just roll them over here. Okay, here we go. We've got a 3 and a 4. A 3 and a 7. A 5 and a 7. A 5 and a 9. And last rolls, a 8 and a 9. Wow. Pretty big ones again. Lots of movement on the track. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 3s, a 4, 2 5s, 2 7s, an 8 and 2 9s. 6 VP, that's wrong. 8 VPs for the Ruskies and 6 initiative for the Ruskies. We get the last of the German reinforcements next turn, which will be all infantry-based assets except for the mounted recon. And that'll give us 2 turns before the Rusky tanks turn up. And I really want to try and get my Stugs up into the heights here before the, or at least protected before the Ruskies turn up. So that's what we're looking at. Right, so again, thanks for watching. I hope, again, I didn't screw up too much. If I did, please, again, let me know. I want to try and get this right and get over all the dadisms, but anything's possible. So take care and bye for now.